Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubiesStudio.com, and I'm super excited to make with you guys tonight, and I'm going to have to get used to a few things because we are making some changes. I'm actually making some changes. I'm excited. I'll share more about it really soon, but really I am going to be making a one-stop. Hi Davey, hi Michelle, hi Debbie. I'll be making a one-stop shop home base for everybody to make things a whole heck of a lot easier. It's something Nate and I have been talking about for a while. Hi Danny. And we're really excited to be rolling out some new improved things, which we're always doing here. We're always trying to improve and make things easier and better for you all. Hi Donna, welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. So I wanted to make some fun things with you guys. We're going to start by making a card. We'd love for you to share this video, subscribe, have some fun with us as we go along on our merry journey to make some meaningful projects together. I'm going to make a card tonight. I also have two things that I want to whip up in a matter of moments time using a transfer that has become really near and dear to my heart. It's a very simple A-size transfer. It says, actually, I can, and it's important. Hi, Tammy. So I actually am going to make two things with one transfer tonight, and literally I'm going to do it in like seconds. So I wanted to make a card with you because every Tuesday, am going to be sharing some items from our featured supply list for the month of October. So I know Tuesday is not until tomorrow, but I'm not going to be able to be live tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is leave this video up, and I'm going to cut down the replay and post it on the YouTube channel as well as the other channels that we have going on. And again, we're going to be making some changes to condense everything down, and we're really excited about it. Nothing's going away. You'll still see chalk projects, Stampin' Up projects. You'll still be able to be a part of the exclusive She Makes Club, but instead of saying go here or visit here or over there, we're going to have one place for you, which I'm super duper excited about, and I think you will be too. So we're working on all those details right now. Anyway, yeah, one of the special things for October, we are featuring something or multiple things from this supply sheet every single Tuesday all month long, and this is the supply sheet for our particular Cricut and Making workshop in the exclusive She Makes Club. If you purchase 6 or more of these items from our supply list, and if it happens to be a different color, ink or paste, we're okay with that. You can swap it out, but 6 or more items gets you a free A-size transfer, which is a transfer like this, and it also gets you a free cardstock pack, whether you want a solid one color pack or you want multiple color coordinating packs from me through Stampin' Up. So let me know, hi Sarah, if that's something you'd like to take advantage of. I can help hook you up with that. All right, so let's dive into making. You don't want to hear me just ramble on tonight, I am sure. You know, I kind of said, I'm going to ramble anyway. Here, we'll switch our view at least. I had said earlier this month that I feel like this set that I picked out, I picked out our supply sheets. Hi, Mary. Earlier, well, I started in July with our first supply sheet. August and September had the first full sheet. In October, now we're really rolling it out and doing some other special things with going forward. But one of the things that had happened was I picked this particular set out in July to work with in October. And it's almost like a little reminder to me, and now like I'm kind of overly clinging to it. A verse that has always meant something to our family is Joshua 1:9, and it's one that even Aaron and I have had a thing with for a while, and many times as I had gone through different struggles and trials in my own life, she was definitely in my corner before she was ever even diagnosed with her journey of cancer. And she would always tell me to be strong and be strong in the Lord. And we used to have a joke that if we can't stay strong, we at least have to stay caffeinated. Anyway, so one of the many things she would say often was to be strong, Megan, with a lot of different things. And it was one of a conversation that we had in some of her final days where she had literally said, Megan, be strong. And anyway, it still just means a lot to me. I'm not going to get all emotional about it, but I picked this out in July, and I didn't pick it out because of any of the sentiments on it, even though I thought they were wonderful. However, there was one that when I pulled it out to start working with it this month, it says, be strong, be happy, and be you. And I don't know if I'm ready to create with it yet tonight, but it really has some deeper meaning to me. And thank you for allowing me to share that story with you all just for a hot moment. But this Rooted in Nature set is pretty amazing. The full bundle is really incredible, and we're going to work with it all tonight. The entire set comes with 2 cases of red rubber cling mount stamps, which are just simply awesome. And you also receive the Rooted in Nature framelit dies, which means you can cut out all the little shapes, and there's little embossing shapes as well as actual die cuts. And I just cut out the embossed shapes with this one as well. So you can use your Big Shot, your Cuttlebug, your e-bosser like I used. I didn't feel like pulling out the e-bosser to be live tonight. I just feel like it's kind of noisy on live. But you see all these different dies, and it cuts out the exact shapes that are on this Rooted in Nature bundle. So it's a really awesome set that I'm excited about. I think it's pretty. So I love this kind of stuff. Hi, Jessica. All right, so we're not only using the Rooted in Nature, we're going to use a little bit of Nature's Poem and some Whisper White cardstock. So Nature's Poem, the designer paper in there is gorgeous. A lot of really rich regal colors, as well as some non-traditional fall colors that I really like. So these leaves are just brilliant in my opinion. I think this is one of my favorite. Well, no, I take that back. It's one of my favorites. My favorite sheet in the whole set is this wood grain. I'm all about wood grain paper, and any 12 by 12 wood grain paper, I'm like, put it in a box. Like, I literally have a 12 by 12, like one of those plastic bins, like storage bins of just wood grain paper, because I love it so much, and I have some really big plans for it in my life. So I have like stock in it in just wood grain paper. So anytime I see wood grain, I'm like, I need to have it. I need to have it. So, and the other thing is too, I will say, even on the supply sheet, when I first, the only reason why I got it was because it had the wood grain in it. When I first saw this Nature's Poem designer paper series in the catalog, I had a little like conversation with myself about Stampin' Up, thinking like, I don't know about this. Like, I don't know how pretty this really is. Like, yeah, I know, right, Tammy? It's gorgeous. They're so deep. But I was literally like, I'm not really sure. I really liked the ferns because I'm a big fern person. It's one of my favorite things when we go to the mountains is like the hillsides of ferns. Like, I just think it's gorgeous. It's relaxing. There's something to it for me. So I really liked the fern paper and, again, the wood grain. But then everything else, I was like, I'm really not sure. Being really honest. And then I got it home and I was like, oh, and like I got like all inspired and excited to like sit down and craft and create. Hey, Deborah. I couldn't wait to like play. So anyway, we're not going to use the wood grain tonight. We're not going to use the Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You yet tonight, but I have a feeling we're going to use it several times over. But I do want to create and make with y'all a fun little card. I did start with my A2 size card base using Whisper White. And I totally watched Katina Martinez earlier today. She happens to be the person I joined Stampin' Up with last year. This is October, right? This month is my 1-year anniversary with Stampin' Up. I can't believe it. Anyway, I adore her. She's so helpful and wonderful. Hey, Jen. And I got to get to Jen. I did not forget about you. I'm sorry. Things have been hectic and crazy, and I was running around all day. So I want to get you the stuff that you want from the Stampin' Up catalog, because I know you got like your little order picked out already. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to create like little steps down. So we're gonna do some of this. We're gonna do 4 inches. Yeah, we're gonna do 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we're doing a 1/4 inch down from the size of our A2 size card. And I'm gonna make this kind of thick card because I want a bunch of colors to layer and pop together. That's my plan here. We're gonna see how this works. I think this is gonna go back on the card too, so the leftover piece is probably gonna go back on the card. Then I'm gonna do this guy a little bit bigger, so 3 3/4, which happens to be about right there. It's not a perfect measurement with this trimmer, which I'm fine with. 3 3/4 by 5 inches of, here, I'll put it here so you can kind of like see it better, of our beautiful, oh, we'll keep this too, set these guys aside, of our leaves. All right, and then we're gonna do 3 1/2. I don't know where I'm going with paper either. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Like, I'm seriously serious about layering this card up. Actually, I'm going to go down to 4.5 on this one. Okay. I kind of want to go even less than that, to be really honest with you. What is this at? I had this like planned out in my head, but I think we're just going to go down to 3 inches because I'm going to stamp on this 3 inches by 4 1/4. Okay, so we're like stepping down in size a little bit. Hi, Patty. Okay, so then what I want to do is actually take a little piece of this, the reverse side of the leaves here. I'm just going to do like, I don't know, an inch, yeah, an inch strip of that. And we're going to punch it out a little bit. And then I also have some Whisper White cardstock scraps from making the card base. I'm going to cut this out too. I have a crease in it. It was like a scrap of Whisper White. I know, aren't the layers gorgeous? I haven't done like a heavily layered card in a while, and I saw Katina Martinez, like I said earlier today, creating, and she totally inspired me. I was not going to do as many layers on this card when I was going to sit down and make it tonight, and then I saw all her layers and I was like, oh, it was so pretty, and I really want to just do all the layers. So we're going to do all the layers. And I'm going to grab my ATG gun and start adhering this together so we don't have layer pieces everywhere. Hi, Missy. So I got a new ATG gun cartridge today. I was pretty excited. I stopped at Hobby Lobby. I had a morning work session at Starbucks. I have another work session meeting tomorrow morning at Starbucks. Super, super pumped. Okay, I might need to cut down this strip a little bit more too, but I think we're gonna offset it a little bit because I want to put some ribbon on it, but I'm not going to adhere this down yet because I want to kind of figure out where I want my leaves and my background stamping, which I'm going to do in a second. And we're going to put our sentiment on here as well as a little strip tying it all together is my plan. So this should be the same width as the back layer, but we're going to snazz it up a little bit with a punch that I had in my craft stash. This is called Dotted Scallop. It is from EK Success. I've had this one since my very beginning in crafting. Some of the little things are even broken off a little bit. Not gonna lie. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll punch this. All right, so I'm just gonna place it in here. All right, and I'm gonna turn it. Oops. So that you guys can see here. It doesn't really matter which way. I'm going to line up the little layers. Okay, you can see that the little holes and the scallops line up with this outside edge. I got to do both sides so that it continues all the way across the entire strip the way I want it to. All right, and I did it on top of the card so all the little pieces fall on my card. That's a great way to do it. Hey, Tiffany. All right, like I said, I'm not going to adhere down this top layer yet because we're going to stamp on it and we're going to put all these pieces together in action. We're going to see how it plays out. We might even use this too. We'll see. We might want to use that layer and like break it up just a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You never know what happens when we go live. Okay, so I do want to use this kind of like the tree stump and these leaves on here. Now these leaves are going to be stamped onto here, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, I want to use soft suede, and you know what, let's just grab the Stamparatus. If you guys haven't, hi Carmen, if you haven't seen the Stamparatus yet, it's pretty amazing. This isn't like the best way to show all its functions and features. It's just a great tool to be able to just quickly stamp on what you want where you want it. I kind of want it to go off the edge a little bit. All right, so we're just placing it on there where we want, flipping it over, and I'm going to grab soft suede as my color. Whoa! We can break it apart too. That's fine. I'll put it back together later. All right, we're going to get soft suede on here. And I'm just kind of tapping it on there. I'm not worried about it not being perfect. We're going to go off the edge, press it down, and it's just a beautiful, like, natural. take a look at it on the other side. Hold on, I kind of have an idea here for a second. We're going to flip it over. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to do second generation stamping on here. Just had an idea when I saw that because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. We're going to go with second generation on this one. We're going to. Okay. So we're going to set that aside and we're going to grab these leaves. And what we're going to do is a multi-pattern here, and I'll show you how well we can do this. So soft suede is our color of choice, but I'm almost wondering if I want to grab, all right, we'll keep with soft suede. That was stamped off. We're going to do a full strength now with these leaves. All right. One there. Okay. Now I'm going to lift this whole plate up and move it down. Move it down to here. Yeah. So we're going to stamp a second generation, same line, just like that. It's kind of awesome. Okay. Hi, Leah. What is that you use to stamp that? This device, Jen, is called the Stamparatus. So it's a really popular stamping tool. You don't need to use acrylic blocks, which is really great, but you can do multi-layers of stamping using these two plates. There's a foam piece that is underneath, or there's also grid. There's strong magnets so that it keeps your pieces in order. And when you're making duplicate cards, this is the best way in the entire world to do it. It's available now. There's all kinds of new accessories available. You can visit Above Ruby's Crafts for it, but I'm going to have all the links very soon through bymeganelizabeth.com so that you're not trying to do multiple links and locations and things everywhere, because I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm sure you guys are. So we've been really trying to figure out exactly what we want it to do and how we want it to do it for a little while, and it's finally coming together. So there's those. Here, I'll show you a little closer here. Same line, two generations of it, and then I love this. So that was the full strength. It's a little darker. This, amazing. That's okay, Leah. That's all right. Sometimes it's just fun to like sit and create and be involved with cards. Sometimes it's nice to just grab a plain card base and stamp a sentiment on and call it a day, because you really can do that very easily with this. Here, I'll show you. We're just going to grab a little bit more of this cardstock. And really, even without doing any of the designer paper or anything like that, you can cut this down to an A2 size card to fit in an A2 size card envelope, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to make it 5.5 inches. So for those who don't like it as involved with all the layers and all the levels of stamping, and I didn't cut that all the way through because I didn't press down hard enough, all you have to do is cut down your cardstock to fit in an envelope. Just plain color, even whatever color you like. Grab a stamp, and I'll grab a regular stamp block because I know not everybody has a Stamparatus. Alright, we'll use the Thinking of You, and we'll use Tranquil Tide on here because I love this color combination, and we're going to use Tranquil Tide on this other card. I know I'm jumping. I jumped ship on the one card to go to another one. But honestly, you can just, as simple as this, you have a card that you can send out, and it's handmade, and it feels, I don't know, special. It is special. So really, just two colors. Two things. That's all. You made it. Okay, so not involved. All right, these are involved because I wanted to do a bunch of layers and a bunch of things tonight. So what we're going to do here, we're going to have something like this. We're going to have our white cardstock, and I'm going to, let's trim this down so that it's actually even. This is not an even piece. This was a scrap. So we're going to trim it down. Don't even know what size exactly that I'm going to make it yet, but I'm going to get off the rough edges. That one's already the straight edge, so let's start with that straight edge. Get that edge straight. This edge straight. Hopefully, by the time I'm finished cutting it down, it still fits the sentiment I want to use, because I want to use the You Are Wonderful on this card. It should fit just fine. Yeah, this is plenty. I'm going to cut it down even more, to be honest with you. We won't use the Stamparatus, I'll just use this. Tranquil Tide, and it says You Are Wonderful. I think it's an awesome stamp. And we'll cut it down in this corner, and then we'll just cut it out. Again, not perfectly straight, but that's okay. Not worried about that. Okay, we'll just trim it. Ooh, that's definitely not straight. Hold on. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but I can do a little better than that. Good grief. All right, there we go. So it's just the You Are Wonderful. Hey, Christina. All right, now I'm going to use to tie the colors all together that I'm using, because I am creating with several different ones. I'm going to use Tranquil Tide on these leaves, and these leaves are in the other part of this set. I'll wipe these off later, and I totally have to fix this ink pad. That's okay. The Stamparatus also is a really great way to do these. The dies, by the way, this is the one that's textured, embossed, which is really hard to see in my camera because it's white. There's 2 of them that are textured and embossed, and I hand cut them out. Hi, Shanti. And then there's 2 that are just the cuts themselves. So I'm going to do the cut itself, which it's honestly, it's a lot easier to, in my opinion, this is my opinion. To me, it's a lot easier to stamp and then place it in the die cut machine. But like I said, I didn't want to do that while we were live because it makes a lot of noise. The one that I have makes a lot of noise. All right, so I'm gonna place this on here. Let's do this one stamped off. We'll like use the 2nd generation stamp on here, so it's a little lighter. Still so pretty. What happens if we just stamp on top of this? That's so pretty too. And we're just going to continue stamping with the same color until it's like basically cleaned off. I'm going to have to really push down on this one to get all the color off. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. Okay. I think I say this every time. I watch you do paper craft, but I miss paper. Tiffany, come back to the dark side. Come back to the dark side with me. Because I'm doing it all, girl. I'm doing it all. And I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly. But what I want to do is kind of like this. And I totally covered this stamp. All right, here we go. Let's adhere this down. Ooh, is my little thingy in the way? Sometimes, like, I don't know where I actually fit. All right, so this is offset, a little down, a little right, a little down, and a little right. All right, and then we're going to do our strip of the reverse side of the leaves that was punched here, and that's just going to go from edge to edge of the designer paper. Okay, everything else is solid cardstock. And then, should we round the, we're rounding corners. I'm all about rounding corners. Okay, missed a comment. I will, but I don't know when. No time. I know. Who's got time? Time, what's that? Okay, 1/4 inch round. It's really, ooh. We're only going to do the bottom 2 corners. We are. Bottom 2 corners are round. Only because I feel like it's going to look better with that scallop edge. See what I mean? But the top are straight because it'll keep that in line. I'm doing everything all in one layer too. Like I'm not 3D'ing anything up because this is already a really thick card with all of my extra crazy layers. Original plan, which I never stick to, we talked about this earlier today, was to only do this layer, stamp all of it on this layer, maybe have a scallop edge, and then the leaves. So I added like 3 more layers to it, which is fine. It's totally fine. So I'm going to do some leaves kind of on both sides, kind of sticking out, kind of, maybe just like that, maybe not even these. I mean, I could. I might have to like trim it a little. Should I do, I feel like I need 3. Rules of 3, right? So we're going to trim this and have it stick out the bottom. So since it's off the edge anyway, might as well. And it can just come out the bottom down here. Look at that, how easy. Okay, adhesive, ATG. Super excited to get refills for this. I ran out. I haven't ever, I placed 1 order of ATG tape like a million years ago. All right, maybe not a million, maybe like in 2010. But that feels like a million years ago. And it wasn't until my sister's funeral that I actually ran out, because we did huge photo memory boards and we used the ATG, and that's when I finally ran out. Then, of all times, like in the middle of doing it too. It wasn't like I ran out after the fact. It was like in the middle of it, and then we're trying to piece it together with like cheap adhesive, and it wasn't working so well. That's really pretty. I'm a fan of this. And I was totally going to use twine under there, and I forgot. I was going to do twine on top of this. And I forgot. Eh. I guess I could. We will. Here's how we're going to do it. Grab my scissor snips. I'm going to cut a hole in the card. Alright? Haven't done this in a while. I'm going to literally cut a little whoop hole right in the side there. So when you open it up, there's that hole right there. We're going to feed our twine through. Don't mind my getting spit on it either. I gotta like, I might need to tape the edge, or just, I guess I could just trim it. It's all frayed and it won't go through the hole. Did I say hi to you already, Jen? I was not ignoring you. You seriously, by the way, Jen, I saw your message on Facebook earlier, and you seriously have permission to text me anytime and like meet up. Just saying. Just saying, especially when you're so flipping close. Like 5 seconds from that Target. Or that Starbucks. Whatever it was. Alright. I'm going to tie a little knot in this. Right off to the side here. And yes, I'm actually doing a knot. I don't want to like stretch the card too bad. I don't want to do any kind of bow, because this is just twine. Snip. Snip. And I'm going to actually, ouch, snip my finger. Alright, and just unravel it a little bit. Yeah, same place, same time. Yeah, right? Jen, I think that seriously, we ordered those, didn't we order it in a group, Jen? And that was like when the last time I ordered was? Were you part of that group that ordered? I had so much of it, it was ridiculous. So all those years, and go figure, like the night I really needed it is when we actually ran out. I never thought that was going to happen. I was like, oh, I thought I still had like 18 rolls of this stuff somewhere. I probably do. There's literally probably rolls somewhere hidden in my one box or craft space somewhere that I'm like, I just didn't know I had. Okay, so that is my card. Hi, Susan. Right? I think it's like really pretty. Like fall colors, but not. It all just kind of comes together. It actually looks even prettier. Like I'm looking at it in the camera and I'm like, it doesn't even look as pretty on the camera as this does here. Like it really, I don't know how to get the detail to show. But it really does work. There's just a little bit of that leaf hanging down there, which is fine. I could have moved it up a little bit more, maybe over there. But I think that placement's pretty good. Okay, so that is my Rooted in Nature card. When things crash. It's a craft-a-lanch. Do you ever have a craft-a-lanch? How many times? Be honest with me. When your craft stash all crashes down on you. It's a craft-a-lanch. Alright, let's close up Tranquil Tide. And I told you we were going to chalk yet tonight. And we are. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know which way it needs to slide back on. I know it'll slide back in. But I totally just was like overexcited here. And I was like, woo! Oh, and there it goes flying. I think it goes this way. Okay. Wait, it has to go back that way. Can I just slide it in? No, it's not going to slide in that way. Will it? No. Help! I have to be smarter than the tools you're working with, and I am not sure that I am. I know... Alright, well, maybe make it fix it. Oh, wait, I'll just pop it. Nobody judge me. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Well, I don't think I was supposed to do that, but it still opens, so we'll take it as a win. We will take that as a win. That's why I'm really excited about the new pads, let me tell you. The new pads are so much easier, so I got to replace, like I didn't want to go replacing all the colors I already had with the new design, but the new design is so amazing, and there's such amazing deals on the pad collections too. So you can just see, like, there's a huge difference here all the way around. They stack nicer, they open smoother, there's not the extra flip. It's just, they're still stored upside down, but it like is like that. It's not a, I don't know. This one, you have to open it this way, then flip it, and then slide it back. This one you just open and slide. I don't know how to explain it differently. Hi, Cynthia. Yes, purple is amazing. Amazing. I agree, Debbie. Ooh, please make some of those cute cards. That would be awesome. You made a tutu this afternoon. Aw, a panda. That's so cute. I feel like my comments are not quite working properly. So if I'm missing anybody, you can totally yell at me. For 2010. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? How forever ago does that seem? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I said I was going to chalk. Let's chalk. Chalking is very simple, by the way. So we were talking about the complications of cards and how, like, it's just too much for some people. Chalking is the easiest thing you could ever do in crafting. You need no fancy die cutting machine. You don't need to have a crazy amount of stamp sets and tools and supplies. You really just need a chalk, a surface, and a transfer. And you can create really amazing things. You don't even have to use one of our spatula or squeegees. You can use a kitchen spatula. There's lots of ways to do it. But of course I like to use the easiest tools possible, and I have them, so I use them. But there's a lot of ways around these tools. You don't need them all, which I love as well. All right, we gotta like clean this stuff up. That was like definitely like a more intricate card, and you all can thank Katina for inspiring me to make more layers. However, what I want to do tonight, I'm going to use our color of choice, which is fawn, for the month of October. I picked up this really cute frame. It's an easel frame. I got it at Target in the dollar section, so it's just a Horizon group frame, you know, the really cheap ones, which is fine. Sometimes they don't clean off as well, and they definitely don't last as long, but it's a really cute easel frame, and I wanted to put it over on Nate's desk, actually. So we have my craft room. Okay, this is like my side. So one of these days, I will give you guys a full craft room office tour. We are only half done. We are only half done in like some of the remodeling and coloring and everything that we're doing in here. This whole office was like a really, in my opinion, ugly baby blue. And I painted this corner because this was like, I know my desk is going here, and I painted it. And then it just, with the blue underneath it, it looked like a weird purple gray. It didn't really look like the gray I wanted it to look like. And so we put up the faux brick, which I love. We still have to do the trim work, and we only did this side of the room. So the other side of the room, even though there's some of my craft stuff there, it's like our filing cabinets, our whiteboard for planning, and Nate's desk for all of his stuff. So I will do a full craft room tour at some point, but that's just a little like mental picture of what's actually going on. And I want this to go on his desk is what I'm getting at. So it's called Actually I Can. I already wrote the name on the back because I've used this already. Actually, I'll show you what I made because it's so easy. This is one of our box frames from Couture. And it's the small one, so it fits our A size, and I made it as a gift for somebody. I can't wait to mail it out. I can't wait to see what she thinks of it. I hope she enjoys it, and it means something to her like it means to me. And so I made this in minutes, and I'm going to show you. It's not even minutes. Guys, you pick out your surface, you pick out your transfer, you pick out your paste. Okay? So pick. All right, this is how quick it is. Pick, place, and I'm going to place this in an angle because this is definitely smaller width than this is wide, which is okay because you can still make it work. So you pick, you place, you paste. Okay, so we're just going to open up our paste, give it a stir. This was already used earlier today, so I don't need to stir it again, but you can just give it a stir. Paste, you just swipe it over with a squeegee. If you don't want to get a squeegee from Couture, you can use a kitchen spatula. It's just not quite as smooth and easy to work with. But you don't have to have all the things. I want all the things. I feel like sometimes I enable to get all the things, but you don't need all the things to enjoy beautiful things. So we're pasting it. We're removing all the excess so there's no waste. It keeps all the things lasting much longer. All right. All the excess coming right off. Pick, place, paste, peel. Perfection. Every time. Every single time. Now what you can do is wash this off just in regular water. Wipe off the back with a disinfectant wipe. Let it dry, sticky side facing up, put it back on its backing sheet, and you can use it again. However, tonight, because I'm going to be impatient, I'm going to stick it on its backing sheet. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. Where did my baby wipes go? I'm going to grab a baby wipe. I'm going to wipe off any paste that was kind of left on there. So, and we'll just use a little bit of water just to get it off. This is a totally washable, removable paste as well. So when you use the paste on a chalkboard, on a window, on a mirror, on wood, on, I don't know, I mean, name some surfaces, you guys. There's really nothing you can't chalk on. The chalk paste will wash off of most surfaces. So we have our, actually, I can easel. I'll set it here so you can actually see it in seconds. Okay, pick, place, paste, peel, perfection. Done. Done. Okay, but we also have permanent options. So this is the totally washable option, but I want to use, actually I can, on one of our zipper tote bags. This is something that I'm going to be putting in my other, my Happiness is Homemade bag. I made this on a live a little bit ago, if you've never seen it before. So I made this tote bag. It says Happiness is Homemade. I made it last month with our transfer from last month. Okay. This is going to be ink. I used paste on this. I used ink on this, and I'm going to use ink on this little zipper bag. The ink is permanent when heat set. So you can use your Cricut Easy Press, which I know you can see the remainder on there. I'll get that off. You just want to make sure it's cleaned off. We're going to place it on here, and I'm going to probably squeegee it down a little bit to make sure it's good and sealed so we don't have any bleeding on the fabric. I'm going to wipe this off first, though, so it can go back on my backing sheet nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to use ink on this. This is called Couture ink. Again, it is permanent when heat set. So if it is something that can go in the oven, like ceramic or plates, this is heat set. This is Chalk Couture ink on here. And this has been through the dishwasher many, 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 many times. That will be permanent on metals, ceramics, fabrics. You don't have to use an Easy Press to heat set it. The Easy Press, hi Pat, hi Ben, is super simple to use. However, you can use a regular home iron. You can use your Rowenta iron, if you will. Rowenta was on QVC last night, and I'm really excited for the next one to come, but we're almost sold out of that really special one that I've been working with Diana with, so it's kind of cool. But anyway, Chalk Couture ink. We're going to open it up. It's a little bit runnier. It's a little bit of a different texture. Like I said, this is permanent. The chalk paste is washable. It'll wash right off your desk, off your hands. It's a worry-free situation. But I'm just going to show you using this. You can get this transfer for free this month if you choose, if you order 6 of our supply list items. So that's why I wanted to show you an A size transfer. It's not on our supply list because you don't have to buy it. You can get it for free. If you're interested in just getting it, get this transfer by itself. You will place links later, but you can go to steppingstonedecor.com and there's a shop link there. Like I said, everything is getting switched over to one central location, so you can find everything really easy. I can't wait to show you. It's going to be awesome. Okay, actually, I can. Ooh, right on my finger. All right, the ink definitely is thinner. It definitely has a little bit more wiggle room. You definitely, you just want to fill in all the little holes. You definitely have more working time with the ink than you do the paste. If the paste dries on top of the transfer, sometimes what will happen is it'll peel up with the transfer, and that's never fun. Hopefully we have enough stick on here because I've used this quite a few times already, and I see it peeling up in a few places, so hopefully Hopefully we don't have any bleed because of that. But even if it does bleed a little bit, it's definitely never been major. And it definitely looks very homemade and fun too. So I'm never really too worried about it. Sometimes the ink is a little bit more intimidating for people. I understand that. But I'm telling you, you don't have to be scared. Even if it bleeds, it's beautiful. And it's not permanent until heat set, even though it could stain a little bit. Hi, Jennifer. I love it so much. And you don't have to have fancy handwriting, because I have crappy handwriting. Even though I encourage people to use their handwriting in their journaling and in scrapbooking, when it comes to home decor and it comes to gift giving and all of that stuff, I don't want to give people stuff with my handwriting on it. You don't have to pull out a die cutting machine. It's not intricate or involved. It's picking out your transfer, placing it on your surface, pasting it with a squeegee, peeling it up, and having perfection almost every time. So you can see a little bleed around the N and a little tiny bleed around the I. Not very much at all. I love it. And if you really like take the time to press it down, you really get cleaner, crisper results. And if for any reason, at any point in time, you do start losing a little bit of stick, what I grab, I'll show you. Hold on. Hold on a moment. So sorry. Don't like getting up while I'm live, but I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's a Elmer's multi-purpose spray. It's a spray adhesive that I place on the surface that I want to chalk on. I don't place it on my transfer itself. I place it on the surface that I want to chalk on. Let it dry. Okay, don't adhere anything to it, because when it dries, if you put something, if you were to place it on the surface and then put the transfer on top of it, hi Carrie, it would be a permanent hold. However, if you spray it on something and wait for it to dry, it's a tacky repositionable hold. And so it'll peel, the transfer will peel right off. But you don't want to use this until you really have lost all your stick on your transfer. And you do have many uses out of one transfer. I had one, and corporate will say, okay, I'm going to be full disclaimer, Chalk Couture will say, you only have between 8 to 12 uses, depending on the surface that you're using. However, I have to be real and tell y'all, I have had transfers that I got last year that I'm still using, and I made 50 plus signs with one transfer. And it wasn't until around 45 or so that I started considering, hey, maybe I want to use this spray. And even after it starts losing its stick, you can still use those transfers. So there's that info for you. So the links are in the description for where to go to get Stampin' Up, the bundles, or Chalk Couture, the transfers, or the paste, or the ink, or the surfaces I'm using, whatever you want, available. This is 3 different ways to look at. Actually, I can with 3 different colors with it as well. I think it's a really awesome reminder and encouraging little statement, sentiment to have. And our 2 cards that we made tonight. So, thanks guys. Really simple. Just stamp and on there. And then the little more involved card. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great night. I will see you again soon. We will be sharing videos every Tuesday as per usual, Tuesday tutorials. Basically, I'm going to pull this video down because I'm not going to be live, but I'm going to have it available for our Tuesday tutorial tomorrow in a bite-sized section, not 45 minutes long, but we did a bunch in 45 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me tonight and crafting and creating, making something fun, enjoying some moments together. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will get back to you as quickly as possible, and I'll see you soon. Bye.